Recording is on.
All right. Good morning once again, and welcome to today's section. So, without wasting much of our time, I would start sharing my screen. But before then, let's quickly do a summary of what yesterday's class was all about. So, yesterday we talked about we talked about this earlier before yesterday we talked about the strategic roles of product managers. Then we also talked about product management methodologies where we have the agile, we have the scrum, we have the lean. So we talked about that as well. And also we were able to look at the differences between agile, Scrum, and the other methodologies and the one that are best worked. We also looked at the different skills that product managers should be able to use from the basic ones, that's the general ones, the leaderships, the advanced skills as well. So we also looked at that yesterday. So also we looked at the product life cycle, what the product life cycle entails, and yeah, we looked at the product life cycle as well, and also we dived into understanding customer. That's understanding who your customers and what the market trends are. So yes, today we will be looking at Agile Framework. I'll share my screen. Getting all the slide. Oh, I'll share my screenshot with please. Introduction to let's pray. Okay. Okay. Please do well to let me know when you can't see my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we're still on introduction to product management. So those videos, we getting familiar with product management, what the tools are, the methodology. So yeah, it's quite a lot, but yeah, we have to go through all of this. So for today's class, the objective would be we should understand the fundamentals of agile methodologies, and we should also identify the key agile framework that is used in product management. So we should also be able to explain the Scrum framework and why it is valuable. So those are going to be our key objectives for today's section. So introduction to Agile methodology. Like I said yesterday, that Agile it's a framework and Scrum is also a type of Agile framework. So Agile it's more of a like how will I put it now? It's more of like a philosophical way. So agile is a way of encouraging. Agile is a way of working that encourages the team to build and release products in small, manageable piece. So we talked about this yesterday when we talked about agile. When we looked at agile, we talked about breaking down your work, breaking it down into pieces. So first thing first, when you are building, when you're using an agile approach and agile methodology, you build and release your product in smaller and manageable pieces. So it's a framework that allows that. Another thing is agile allows encourages team to listen to customers' feedback throughout development life cycle. So you don't have to wait till when your product start growing or when you launch to the market. So throughout development life cycle, agile encourages uh the team to understand and take customers' feedback because they keep iterating improvements. And also, agile it's also a framework that allows the team to adjust quickly when things change. So it allows them, they have this flexible mindset, they have this open mind that yes, requirements are meant to change. So agile method oftentimes prepares the developer, prepare the stakeholders involved that things are bound to change and they adjust to this quickly, so they are not rigid to change. So this goal is simple, delivered value early and often. So the goal is simple, deliver value early and often. That's just agile methodology put in a simple sentence. Meaning, when you use agile methodology, when your organization uses agile methodology, when you work with an organization that uses that methodology, always know that the goal is very simple. It's you are delivering value early. How are you delivering your values early? By pitching your market, by pitching your product into the market in bits as early as possible. As you work on your futures, as you work on your MVP, you ship it to the market early and often. You do one today, next week you have another build because you are iterating your improvement. So it allows you to deliver your value early to your customers, get their feedback, and often keep producing more value, releasing more product to the market. Now, agile principles in structure way. Common examples of agile frameworks are Scrum. Like I said, Scrum is it's a type of agile framework. So when we talk about agile framework, we have a different agile framework. One is Scrum. Scrum focuses on teamwork, accountability, and iterative delivery through sprints. So yeah, one thing that is peculiar to Scrum is sprints, and I made mention of what sprints is and how sprints are being done. So Scrum uses sprints and it focuses on accountability and iterative delivery. So because it's iterative, and that's one reason why it's an agile method. So another one is Kanban. Kanban makes work visible. It limits work in progress and improves flow efficiency. Now, when you use Kanban, you are able to see what you are doing. You are able to see what you are doing, what your engineers are working on, rather than saying, ah, this thing is in progress, this thing is in progress. Your changes, every iterations are visible for you to test. So it's not like it's a work in progress, you are waiting till a full grown product is done, then you're now able to start saying, oh, okay, let me start testing, this is it. No. Kanban makes every work visible. So for the lean, it eliminates waste, like I mentioned yesterday. Lean eliminates waste, optimizes value creation in development process. So lean, as the name implies, you streamline your resources, you streamline whatever it is that you are building to eliminate waste. You try and work on things, development processes that customers need, like you optimize what you want to give so that you do not end up building what the customers or what the market does not want. Then we have extreme programming, XP. It prioritizes high quality engineering practices. So it prioritizes high engineering. Extreme programming, most time it's often used where you have more of technical products. So it prioritizes high quality engineering practices. So instead of doing the how do I put it now? You you prefer to do the engineering practices first, the high quality ones, then before you now go to the less quality one. That's for extreme programming. So you work more on the high technical ones, then you can now come back to the less technical ones. Then for Scrum is a lightweight framework that enables teams to build, adapt, solution for complex problem. So when you think of Scrum, think of it as a lightweight framework. So it enables your team to build adaptive solution for complex problem. Now you have a problem that you are currently solving, but your team is adaptive to solving this problem, and they are still flexible to reiterate improvement based on customers feedback. So in Scrum, the product owner prioritizes work into product backlogs. So there is what we call product backlogs. Backlogs are things that you know that you are not taking them into development in this phase. We are taking it into development maybe in your next version, in maybe in the next fall version. So you should have a product backlogs. Backlogs keeps your futures. It helps you keep track of, oh, these are things I need to do, not now, but yes, I need to do it. So you put it in the backlog and you prioritize them according to priority. You prioritize them according to your order of preference, that okay, what does the market need at this point in time, and based on your product vision. So the Scrum team selects item and delivers them at an increment during a sprint. Now the Scrum team, they select items, then they deliver them as an increment. So during sprint, there's usually a sprint planning, and during sprint reviews, the team will come and deliver based on what they've worked on. So they keep delivering these things. And as time goes on, as requirement changes, they keep on iterating improvement, giving their reports, reviewing, demoing what they've done. The team and the stakeholders will now review all of these increment. Okay, requirement has changed. Before we said we want to build login, sign up and login feature, but now we want to enable Google sign up, we want to enable social media sign up. The scope of our work has increased. So now the stakeholders involved will need to review all of these increments. Then adjustments are now made for the next sprint, and the cycle will continue. So when you review, oh, okay, now we want to enable social media sign up because most people don't want to start inputting all of those informations. It's too much for them. So they should be able to sign up with their Facebook, they should be able to sign up with their TikTok account. So now the scope of work has increased compared to when you told your team that you're going to be doing sign up, which when they click on sign up, onboarding questions should be asked. Now you do not want to ask them, you just want to ask them sign up with Google, sign up with Facebook, sign up with TikTok. So now you have to also put that in place. So you have to make that adjustment in your requirement documentation. The designer also have to make a design for this. So you have to go through all of this process. Then you now add it to your sprint. It will affect the scope of your sprint, of course. Something you said you use 2 weeks can now elongate to 3 weeks. So you have to continue that cycle. But yes, for every sprint, like I said, after 2 weeks your sprint ends, you continue another one. Like in fact, I've done like 54 sprints. Like there's a particular period that has up to like 54 sprints. When you finish your sprint one, you start your sprint two, you start just like that. You keep iterating. Then now the Scrum theory. Scrum is built on two foundations. So we should always note that when we talk about Scrum, it's built on two foundations. One is the empirism, learning from experience and making data informed decision. So now you learn from experience. One thing about Scrum is you've built something, you've shipped it to the market, users are using it based on what the past experience of users are, or based on what users are currently experiencing. You have to make informed decision. Okay, I built an application, I said everybody should just sign up, no social media sign up. Now how many customers need social media, how many apps uses social media sign up, what kind of app am I even trying to set up? And in social media you have to really make your informed decision based on experience. Okay, Should I allow social media sign up? You have to, that's why I'm saying as a program manager, you have to strategically think. Now, when you think of social media, okay, customers are asking for social media. It's not everything that the customer asks for or the customer wants that are things that as a program manager you should go and build. Now, if customers are asking for social media sign up, you have to first of all evaluate what kind of product are you even building. Now, let me use my space for an example as an example now. We do not support social media sign up. Why? Because it's a fintech app. It's a financial app that has to do with money. So imagine some other person hack into your social media account or have access to your social media account. Your money is moved. Your money is gone. So when customer, yes, it's not like we do not have customers or clients that request, oh, there should be social media sign up. Yeah, but we give them reasons. Oh, yes, correct. It's not as if we cannot. We have everything that takes for us to build that. In fact, our system supports it, but no, for this particular product, we cannot support. This is why XYZ, why we do not support social media or sign up. So you give them reasons why this will not work. So you have to strategically think and you have to evaluate, and that's one of the things that Scrum does. Based on experience, you make your data informed decision. It's not like we cannot support social media sign up for fintech apps. Yeah, you can sign up, but what are the edge cases? Always look at if you do something. On the other hand, always look at why this thing will fail. Think most times you have to think like criminals. You are building a fintech app. You want people to have access to this app. So what are the edge cases? What if this fail? What if I try this? So you do not always have to think of how this thing will succeed, how this thing, also look at the loopholes, some reasons why it should fail. You might not even discover it until you launch it to the market. Then you now start thinking of it. And especially when it has to do with financial applications, fraudsters, just within seconds like this, millions are gone. So you have to also be thinking that okay, let me try this thing, let me try that, let me. So you have to also look for all ways that things will also fail so that you can quickly make provision for that before or even when you have shipped to the market. You can quickly iterate your improvements and release your build. Another one is the lean thinking, removing waste and focusing only on what add values. Exactly. So when it comes to lean thinking now, you have a lot of features you want to put on your app, a fintech app, financial app. Let's use my financial app for example. You want to put the referral feature whereby your users are able to refer customers and they are taken to where they can download the app and send money. Okay, you want to add feature other features like airtime top up, bill payment, aside sending of money. Like you want to add scheduling payments rather than you transferring your transaction now. You can schedule a payment for tomorrow or for a particular time. Okay, you want to one other feature can be added to a financial app. Oh, you want to allow customers to be able to put their profile picture on their application, change it. You have a lot of features you want to put on that app. Now you have to do a lean thinking. When it comes to lean thinking, that's where the prioritization metrics comes in. And there are different types of prioritization metrics you can use. There's a Moscow theory. The Moscow theory is MOSCOW. The M is saying that must have future. The S is saying should have future. And the C is saying could have future. Now, the must have features are features that are important. There is no two ways about it. For your application to be successful, These features are necessary. You cannot say you want to build a fintech application, a financial application that allows people to send money, but the send money icon is not there. Like they are not able, the send money feature is not there. So send money, it is a must have feature. That is one. Sign up is a must have feature because customers cannot use your app without signing up. Login, it's a must have feature. Now your KYC, because you are dealing with a financial application now and money is involved, you need to do your KYC verification. Like you need to know your customers, you need to get their address proof. Depending on the kind of KYC and depending on the kind of regulation that the markets that you are currently supplying your solution to needs. So you have to do your KYC as well. That is also necessary. It's must have feature. Now could have can now be could have can now be like having a transaction receipt. Yes, customers should be able to view the transaction history, but like a transaction receipt could be like a could have. Okay. What's another could have? Like saving your beneficiaries can be a could have feature. Another one could be like what some fintech apps are currently doing, like monitoring other financial institutions institution services to know that if you want to send money to this particular bank, do they have service? What's the network signal? Then there is the nice to have feature. The nice to have feature is, oh, customers customers can should be able to do some other added value added services like airtime top up. Yes, it's nice to have feature. Customers should be able to customers should be able to link their other bank app to your particular app. It's a nice to have feature. So now, according to the priority, the must to have should be the first one, followed by the could to have, then the nice to have are the listing of your priority. So that's what lean thinking has to do with. So you remove waste. Oh, these ones are not necessary at this point in time. Yeah, it's nice to have feature, but at this point in time, this is not what we are looking at. Then you focus on what add values to your fintech application, sending money, how fast it is to send money, how long is disbursement, when customers initiate transactions, how many minutes does it take to get to the recipient, what's the KYC procedure like, is it stressful, is it seamless for the customers. You focus on what add values to the customers, are when customers use your app they are happy and they are even very happy to refer your app to other persons. You have to focus on all of that. So Scrum achieves this through events that reinforces transparency, inspection, and adaptation. So when it comes to Scrum theory, there's usually events. That's why we have the sprint event, the sprint retrospective, the sprint we have the sprint review, we have the sprint planning. So we have different sprint events. So all of these are done transparency because all of your stakeholders are all in all of these sprint meetings. They are seeing everything, they are seeing what the feedback is, what we are looking at, what the iteration should be. Then you are also inspecting, your QA is periodically testing the application to see, okay, what are the likely things that customers can experience before customers should experience anything. Should there be any bug, your QA team should be able to pick that bug before customers will even cite it. The QA team should be able to do their negative testing. It's not all the time positive, positive, positive. They should be able to do negative testing. What if I entered and I know that this is amount, but instead of me entering figures, let me enter alphabets. They should be able to do all of this. They should be able to catch, in fact, the slightest of errors. So that's the Scrum theory. Then we have the Scrum values. Effective Scrum teams embodies 5 core values. So for every team, they should have these five values. The first one is commitment. Teams should be committed, they should be focused, they should be open, respect, and courage. So always look at these core values that the Scrum team should have. Your team should be committed towards this one goal. We want to build a fintech application that allows people to send money. Now we want to build this application. Everybody should work towards that goal. And there should be focus. We are building a fintech application that allows people to send money from Nigeria to Europe. Do not shift your focus from you already put your product vision, and this is my product vision, this is what we are looking at. Now tomorrow, now do not shift. None of your stakeholders should shift until otherwise. Now okay, now you are building from sending from African to Europe. Let your focus be that African to Europe. Do everything that has to do with African to Europe to ensure that this goal is brought to life. You have a working software. Openness, like your Scrum team should be open. One of the values of Scrum is openness. Everybody should be open. You know why this thing will fail, you speak up. This is why it will fail. You notice a bug, you speak up. This is it. Okay, this is a feature. You are letting them know that if we put this feature, this is what the experience will look like, and this is the reason behind putting every feature that you are having on the application. So there should be openness. When you are not fine, when you are not okay with whatever your engineering team has done, you let them know, hey, I don't want to look like my own is too much. No. Scrum, one of the Scrum value is openness. We bash ourselves in meetings, we come back later, we smile, because the end goal is having a working software. But when you're doing something wrong, let your team know that no, we are deviating, this is not it. Then you have respect for each other. Respect is very important. You do not, like I said in the previous classes, because you are the CEO of the product does not mean that you are the you should have all this what's it called, authority, or start ordering people around. No, there should be respect for each one on the Scrum team. Let's communicate everything in a concise and clear manner, respectful manner at that. Your engineers are not your slaves. So speak to them with respect. When you speak to them with respect, they will do the work diligently and they would respect you in return. Then there should be courage. A lot of things will happen, but yeah, requirements will change. You'll be frustrated, developers will frustrate you, QA will come with their own problem, the marketing team, the business team. But amidst all of this, have that courage that no, anyhow we will do it, we must launch this product. A working software is the end goal. That's what I always tell my team. A working software is the end goal. So forget about documentation, forget about all the grammar we are blowing. All we want to see is a working software, an application that customers can use, an application that will in return brings the company's revenue, and at the end of the day we also get our own share in return. So the courage should be there. So these values should guide our team members to work, to collaborate and overcome challenges. So if you have all of these, then if you have the Scrum values, then the team will be able to overcome every challenge. You see, it has gotten to the point that my developers have those mindsets. Nothing, there is nothing that you bring to them, they will tell you that don't worry, Elizabeth, it can be done. It is not a problem. It can be done. It might take time, but it can be done. I've not seen that bug. I've not seen that feature. It can be done. And that's the kind of mindset we should have. If you train or you work with your engineer in that way, that they have this mindset that do not worry, it can be done. We can get it fixed. Build that relationship with them. Let them know, they will assure you. If I have demo by, this is almost 11, if I have demo by, though I do inform them on time that I have demos though, But if I have demos, maybe I eat any bug or anything, guys, please, I need this thing before 1 p.m. My guys will deliver before that 1 p.m. They will deliver in as much as they know that this thing is very important. They will leave whatever it is they are doing. They will deliver before that 1 p.m. because they know what the goal is and what we are all. In fact, they will even be asking how far, what's happening, any complaints, are we launching? Like, because they know what they are doing. They've worked on everything. Like, okay, is there anything stopping the client from using this? Everybody is working towards the common goal. It's not like we are just building. They are into everything. They have all of those values. They are into everything. They want to know what the business side is. Are customers complaining? Is there any challenges? Is there anything we should look into? Then your scrum team. The scrum team consists of the scrum master, the product owner, the developers. So in every scrum team, there's a scrum master, which in this case can be your project manager. Then you as the product owner or the product manager, you're there. Then you have your developers that work on building your solution. There are no sub teams. It is a cross functional. You cannot say there's a no, it's a cross functional. That's why in all of the classes I say you as a product manager, as a product owner, you have to work cross functional. Work with your cross functional team. Self managing units, working together to achieve one product goal at a time. We should always know that we have a cross functional team that is self managing, but you have to work with them. You all work together to achieve one product goal at a time. Not like you're having 10 product goal. It is one product goal. And my goal for every product is a working software. Since it's the tech industry, it is a working software that clients are able to use, able to refer, say good things about the organization. A working software approval. So we have our Scrum events. So Scrum events occur within a sprint. I've explained what the sprint is. Sprint is the core iteration where work is completed. Yes. So sprint is just where you break down your work into smaller pieces, where you meet, you keep reiterating because you can have sprint one, you can have to sprint 100, depending on the kind of product you are building. Then there is the sprint planning. That's the first thing first. You have a sprint planning, you define your sprint goal. At the beginning of every sprint, there is usually a goal. This is what we tend to achieve. So you define the goal, then your backlog items, you let your developers know that these are the items. Then we have daily scrum, a short daily meeting to track progress. There's usually daily scrum. So like I said, I work in an agile environment and we practice scrum. Now, there is what we call daily development stand up. So we meet every day, like every day from Mondays to Fridays to discuss. It's a daily meeting to track progress. Okay, hey, what did you work on? Okay, are there blockers? Okay, if there's blocker, who is the blocker? What's causing the blocker? Is it for front end? Is it for back end? Is it QA? Is it the product team itself? Okay, how can they come in? How can that blocker be eradicated? So there is usually a daily scrum. Then there's sprint review. Sprint review is often done once in a week. At the end of the week, you have a review that, oh, okay, so far this week, this is what we have been able to do. The way we do our sprint review is we'll ask the developers to come and demo the front end, demo that, oh, yeah, this is it, this is what I've been able to do. Then you as a product manager or product owner, you look at it, oh, okay, this is nice. We can adjust this a bit. Let's do this, let's do that. Then we we iterate that to reflect in our sprint. Then we have the sprint retrospective. So this is identifying improvement for the next sprint. So it's like, oh, okay, in the next sprint, this is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to do. Okay, we can do this one better. Then in that sprint retrospective, we are also celebrating our milestone. We are closing that sprint to open another sprint in the coming week. Then Scrum artifacts. We have the product backlogs. It's a dynamic, prioritized list of all product improvements. Okay, yes, there's an enhancement feature. There's a new feature we want to bring on board. There's this. We want customers to be able to download receipts. We want customers to be able to do this. So you put all of this in your product backlogs. Then there's the sprint backlogs. These are selected items for the sprint and the plan to deliver them. So you select some items. Are you taking these items that you have? You select items from product backlogs into the sprint, noting that are you taking the how many backlogs am I taking to the sprint? So you calculate that and push them into the next sprint. The increment is a usable piece of working products that add values. So increment are okay, this has been worked on, okay, we can do this to add more value to it. So you add that as well. Yeah, so that's it about Scrum, the Agile Framework. Any questions so far? Are we following?
Yes, ma. I'm with you, ma.
Okay. Any questions? Any question based on Scrum?
None from my end, ma.
Okay. Chika. Let's ask our questions. Then we'll now go to our assignments.
Someone is asking a question, ma.
Okay, let me go to the chat box.
Ma,
Okay.
Samuel Chika is asking a question, ma.
Oh, okay. Let me check.
I don't know if you can hear her, but I can hear. But I didn't really get her question.
Did she ask or she dropped it on the chat box?
She asked.
I didn't hear. Oh. I didn't hear anything. Chika, can you please ask her? No, me, I'm not here. Can you hear her? I can't hear her. Matter network. Chika, I cannot hear you though. I can see that your mic is blinking, that you're speaking, but I can't hear you. So you can use the chat box. Okay, while we wait for Chika to ask a question, have we been able to, has everyone done their assignments?
I think she said she'll type it in the chat box, ma'am. Because I can hear, I don't know why. She has typed it already.
Oh, okay. Why are you the only one? I don't, can any other person hear? I think just
Yes, I can hear her.
that's serious. On the scrum, can we also view the codes at the work is progressing? Not just the activities like maintaining services. Can we also view the codes? Hmm. Can we view the codes? Well, as the work is progressing, you can request if you want to see the code, but yeah, it's just going to be lines of code. Developers can share their screen with you, but yeah, it makes no difference if you cannot write code. They'll just share you, except you understand HTML, CSS, Java, C sharp, based on the language that is being written. So, but on Scrum is not going to take into place, I will take into consideration like, okay, developers are showing their codes. Where developers have to show their codes are if we are having issues, we're trying to troubleshoot, they're checking the logs. That's when they will have to start sharing their screen and you see their line of code, or if there's a code review, if there's a code review, like when there are technical workshops, then you can view that. But yeah, you can always request if you want to see the codes of the developers, but it really doesn't make any difference anyways. So I did not even request to always see the codes of my engineers. Mine is let them write the code in as much as I'm able to get what I want, the behavior I want for that product. Yeah, that's all fine. And I want to know what the implementation idea is, even though I'm not a developer. I want to know what the idea is. How do they implement it on the back end, on the front end? Like, I want to know every reason behind their implementation. And that's why, aside all of the Scrum events, I ensure that I usually have my own call sync. I call it a sync section with my developers where we come together and be like, okay, this thing that you've implemented, yes, it worked. But how were you what how did you implement it on the back end? Okay, tell me the flow. Okay, front end. How were you able to consume the APIs, the endpoints? Okay. Uh when the response is being checked, how were you able to get response? Is this particular one managed by the front end? So I just want to get an idea. It's not like I'm interested in coding, but I just want to get an idea, an implementation idea, so that in case when there are even technical questions, even though I can't truly answer everything, but at least I have an idea of, oh, this is why it is. And when I demo the product, when I preach the product to people, I let them know that this is the reason behind this feature. This is the reason you can do this, you can do this, and why we have strategically put this here is because of XYZ. So, and as a product manager too, you can be checking more of like codes yourself. Let me see. I don't know. Let me try. I don't know. Let me try a website first and see this. How many of you know how to inspect on a browser?
I don't, ma'am.
I think we all, eh?
Okay, you
I
all know
do.
how to inspect, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
because we
We
did
all do.
a little bit of coding
Oh,
for 2 months.
okay, I did Amola. You did a little bit of coding, right?
All of us.
All of us, yes.
Oh, okay. So you know how to check. Oh, okay, okay. That's the foundational class.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hey. So at exactly. So that's nice. So since you can inspect on the network tab now, for instance, now
Man, please, can you, I don't know if you can show us again. I've probably forgotten. Oh.
Okay, let me watch screen on my sharing.
Thank you, man.
All right, I'll show us now. Okay, sharing. Coming. Okay. Share this tab. Can you also my screen?
Yes,
I love
ma'am.
PDF. So let's use this I love PDF .com. Let me refresh this. So I want to inspect my network tab, both element. I want to see what the element looks like here. So this it's all the HTML and CSS. Hold on. Yeah. So you can see this is the HTML and CSS code that was being written for this. That's under the style. That's more of CSS. CSS has to do more with style. Then you can also check this to see the layout and the border. But that's by the way, most times, yes. So this is the HTML. So the classes. This is HTML. Then you can check your console. You can check your console as well. Console is when you
Ma, sorry, I'm not seeing what you're doing.
can any other person see what I'm doing?
Yes, I can, man.
I'm just seeing your screen. Like,
Yes.
I love PDF, but I'm not seeing the console.
Is anybody seeing the console?
I can see the I love PDF, man.
Did you see the console, the elements? Did you see where I
No,
No,
no, no, man.
no, no.
ah, okay, let me start again. Did you see my mouse? Are you seeing my mouse?
No.
No.
Hmm, that's okay. Just hold on. Let me share my entire screen. Let me stop sharing. Hmm. Let me share entire screen. Are you able to see my console now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, so now you just right click on any page that you want to inspect, right click and click on inspect. So the first thing you see is the elements tab where you see the HTML that is being written for the page. Then here when you go to style, you see the CSL code. This is the CSS. It has to do more with styling. Then your console, you can also put you can type in command for your console. Then you can see your page source. Depending, you can see your page source. So it's also synchronizing. So depending, you can see your page source. Then you can see your network. Now for network, page. Mhm. This is your network tab. So I use more of network tab because most times developers want to get endpoint, and rather than you waiting for your QA to give you endpoint as a product manager, you can quickly go in get the endpoint. So this is what I do if I'm getting my endpoint for developers to check something for me. Depending. So yeah, you see your request. This is where you see your request URL. You see the request method. This is a get request. Then the status code. This is when if you have an application, for instance, a web application, and the page is showing error, maybe 404, 500 error, forbidding error, Just come to your network tab, check your response. So this one now is showing that everything is okay. That's why I'm getting this 200. It's showing okay. If it is bad request now, I will see it. If it is server error, I'll be able to see that this is the error. So when I'm going to my developer, I'm showing them my request URL. I'm showing them what error I'm getting. I'm showing them the response as well. So this is when you make a request. They're able to see the response. I copy my response and send to them. Then there is a payload. There's the payload. So this payload often happen when you make like a request. So you're able to see the payload of what you have done. For instance, if you fill a form now, you see the payload. So when you see the payload, you copy it. If you give the developers all of those information, they already understand and they are able to troubleshoot whatever issue. It's easier for them. You have streamlined the problem for them. So you have your timer, your initiator and timer here. But yes, oftentimes I make use of this and header, payload, and response. So these are often things that I share with my developers in case of anything. So you are able to see all of this depending on the items that you are checking. Depending on the items that you are checking. So you're able to see all of that there. So that's how you check your network console at a program manager in case you have the web application and your web application is throwing error. So you are not just saying that I'm clicking this thing, it's not clicking. You just have to go and check your network tab first. Know if you are doing something wrong. Maybe you are getting a bad request or you are getting a 404 error, not found error. You have to, if you get all of this, it's easier for your developers to be able to troubleshoot the issue. So it's very easy for your developers to be able to troubleshoot the issue with it when you get all of these informations for them. So you always see it on your network tab. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if there's any question regarding that. So actually some pages are not secured some pages are not secured. If you see pages that are not secured, when you log into such pages, on this, if you come to this header, the person's password might be showing. That means that page is not secured and it's prone to hackers can quickly, especially if it is an app that has to do with money. So some of the requests, it brings back the user password in the request, which is not supposed to be. So these are things that you also do, especially when you are building a web application. You check, okay, when I log in now, do my customer, when I go to my network tab, is the password showing? Is it not showing? So these are things you should also look at so that you don't build an application that is prone to hackers being being able to access or tamper on it. So those are things that you have to also check. So any question based on this? So let's also always note the Scrum values. That's the commitment, the focus, the openness, the respect, and the courage. So when we have all of these, it will guide us, guide our team, as a product owner, as product managers. It helps us guide our team as we go forward or as we dive forward in this journey. So any question? Let me check the call if there's anything. Oh, okay. That's fine. We would we would let's start looking at uh assignments. Let's start looking at our assignments. Let's see the modification. Let me sorry, I stopped sharing. I'm sure you've been now. Okay, let's look at the assignments that we have. I'll start with Terry Seju's assignment. Terry Seju, you've not completed this assignment.
Ma,
Okay. Oh, so you deleted the first. The second assignment should still be on your first assignment.
oh, I'm sorry, ma. I did it on another. Hmm.
Okay. So now you said the feature enhancement is highlighting messages on chat box for Google Meet. So now enabling users to reply directly under a message directly to them in a group conversation. So now we all know that the idea here is on chat box, just like we have on this chat now. I'm using to researchers assignment for an example. When you go to the chat box, for this, I don't know if you can reply. Okay, for no, you can't even reply on. So here now, I said communicate this to your engineers. Now, first thing first, when you are communicating something to your engineers, you have to put yourself in the shoes of the user. That's where the user story comes in. First, put yourself in the shoes of the user. As a user, I want to be able to reply on a Google Meet chat so that there should be a reason. Oh. It's not that you just, why do you want to reply on highlight or reply on an abi highlight your reply on a particular message? There has to be a reason so that my response or that particular message can be denoted that this message is for this. There should be an indication that my response is for a particular message or that I'm replying for a particular message. So you have to have a reason. When you are communicating to your designers, when you are communicating to your developers, everyone, let's always note that one, we need to have put ourselves in the shoes of the user. So you say, as a user, I want to be able to highlight my response on a Google chat box so that my response can be tracked or traced to that particular message. So now, mode, that's where you want this to be done, both web and mobile application. Then you now give it to your designer. Your designer will now give you a mock-up design or a prototype of how it will look like. So always put yourself in the shoes of the user.
Noted, ma.
Okay, make corrections to research. Let's look at Abraham. Okay.
Sorry, ma. I didn't get you. You said I should do what, ma?
I said make the necessary corrections.
All right, ma.
Abraham, have you done your assignment? I'm still seeing the previous one, or did you do it on another doc? Is Abraham on this call? Okay, Abraham is on the call. Abraham, your mic is muted. You're speaking. Okay, why I
Ma,
yeah, I was speaking to Abraham. I can't find its enhanced modification on this assignment.
I'll send him a message, ma.
Yeah, that's fine. Aside that, I'm not seeing other people's assignment though. What's happening? Yeah, let me check this on. Yeah, suggested enhancement. Okay, please, you've not updated yours as well. You've not updated yours, please. So, please let's update our assignment. Let's update our assignment. Let's update our assignment so that uh we can review well. So please let's update our assignment. So I'll give us a reading book for the weekend that we should an article for us to read. Just give me a minute, let me lay my hands on it. I'll share an article for us to be able to read. I'll share it us now. That's all done. So for those of us that have not read the first one, so we have two articles to read this week, plus the one I gave us on the one last three. So I will share it again on this chat box for everyone to go through. So that's what we have to read for the weekend. So please, somebody can do well to paste it on the WhatsApp group. That's our reading assignments for the weekend. Okay, that's our reading assignment for the weekend, please.
Okay, ma, I've seen it, ma.
And so please post on the group chat.
Sorry, please, can someone help me take a screenshot for attendance? I'm connecting. I joined the class with my phone. Please, and send it to the group. Thank you.
So let's ask our questions, Abeg. Let's ask our questions. Yes, please.
Hi, Elizabeth. This is Babatunde. Can you hear me?
Yes, Babatunde, I can hear you.
I'm so sorry. Please, I need some
Hello?
clarification about the assignment because I'm not sure I've been able to submit anything. How do we do the assignment and where do we submit?
All right, sorry, Babatunde, you were asking how the assignment is to be done, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so I'll open a Google Doc, a Google document, and I think we have two assignments now. Open a Google document and look out for a product that needs enhancement. Then let us know what the enhancement is, prioritize it if it is more than one, then communicate it in clear language to your developers. So when you do that, you can share the Google document with me. Did you get that?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so that's the reading assignment for the for this week. Then now we are going to have another assignment which you are going to add to the Google documentation. So the first thing is pick any everyday long problem that you think people experience. It could be anything. Like yesterday, I mentioned frustrations of people trying to go home after work, especially in Lagos, because Lagos is busy. Then we have in drive, and as time goes on, not everybody can afford in drive and Uber and Bolt. Then we have shuttlers. Now, think of everyday problem. This could be long queues at cafes, sorry, as cafeterias, like oh, people trying to buy food, difficulties in tracking expenses. It could be anything. So think of everyday problem. Pick one. Just pick one problem. Then describe the user. Describe the pain point as well. Explain why it matters. Then provide a success metrics. How you will know that this problem is solved. Did we get that? Or do you want me to come again? Let me know if you got what the assignment is.
Ma, I don't understand the
Please
question.
come again, ma.
Okay. First of all, pick a problem from everyday problem that people experience. Like just look for a
Sorry,
particular.
please, can you type it as you're saying it? As it's coming to an end, can you just type it, please? Thank you.
Oh, okay, okay, that's fine. Let me do that.
Thank you, ma. Ma, please help us break it down very well. Thank you, ma.
So you said you break down. Am I not breaking it down?
Thank you, ma.
Okay, so it's going to be on the done. You pick any everyday problem. So first thing first, you
Who's living near bed?
said, somebody saying anything?
I can hear a bed in the meeting.
You can hear a bed in the meeting. Is is that correct?
Yes, man, that's what the person said.
Okay. Don't mind me, I'm living in the bush. So yeah, we have birds around there. Oh, oops. Okay. So I just sent it. So pick any everyday problem that people face. Anything. Look for a problem. Any problem at all. Like try and look like I want to solve a problem. I'm trying to solve a problem. So look at what the problem is. So once you identify the problem, it's just like saying identify one problem. Hey, you want to get the problem, write a problem statement. Hey, this is the problem. Then you now describe the user. People face this. Who are those that face this problem? Sorry, once you identify, first of all, pick any problem that people face. Then identify the problem. Picking the everyday problem is you're identifying the problem. Then who are those that are facing this problem? That's you describing who the users are.
Yeah. So when we are describing who they are, that means that we are creating a persona or something.
Like when you are picking a problem, like I didn't get that do Babatunde. If you cannot speak at this time, you can also use the chat box.
Okay, so I said when we are describing who the users will be, like are we creating a persona or something?
Yes, so you are describing the user. You are this yes, you are creating a persona like, oh, the user
Okay.
is this person. This person is found here. I believe everybody also got that part. When you describe the user, it's describing the user simply means you are creating a persona for the user. And that was what we talked about yesterday, where you are saying that Abiola is a small business owner in Lagos. What is Abiola's problem? Abiola is looking for this. He's looking for an invoicing application because the ones he has are expensive. He's looking for a cheaper one. So you are describing that user. That's you're creating a persona for the user. After you must have described the problem. Then you now describe the pain points. This is the pain point. This is what Abiola is experiencing. The ones he has are very expensive. He's just a small business owner. He cannot afford it. Why does it even matter that Abiola gets a cheaper invoicing application? If he gets it, it helps him to save more money, reimburse its profits, plug back its profits in the business. He makes more return as a business owner. It tends to expand. It tends to also create employment opportunity for others. Then now, what is the success metric for you to be able to provide a very good invoicing application for Abiola? How do you know that you met Abiola's need? Is it really cheap to his own language or to his own understanding, abi to what its budget is? And is it even serving the purpose that he wanted to say? So like how do we know that this problem is solved, that Abiola is happy, Abiola is able to solve this problem? I've even explained everything sef. But yeah, I just cited that as an example. So that's just it. That's the assignment for for the weekend. That's the one we have for today. So let me know if you have any question based on this. Any question based on this? Do you understand that though?
Yes, ma. Mm, somehow. If I'm stuck, I'll enter your DM, ma. Thank you, ma.
Sorry, Sergeant. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so that's fine and that's good. So now we'll move on to what our oh, we can chat you up if we matter. It's fine. It's fine. No problem. Once I see your message, once I'm able to respond, I will. That's no problem. Okay, so now let's go straight to what our learning has been so far from Tuesday to this moment. So now you guys will be the one doing the teaching. I will just be listening to you attentively. I'm a learner now. So who's going first? Everything that you've learned, like I want to learn. Teach me. Let's start from Damola.
Hello, ma.
Yeah,
Please, can you come again with the question?
yeah. It's not a question. I want you to give us a summary of everything from Tuesday to this moment. Teach me as a learner.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I said sorry, it's actually raining here. I said I want you to like let me know your take home from Tuesday to now, what you've learned so far. Let me put it that way. What you've been able
Oh,
to learn so far.
okay. So I've been able to learn what product management really means, what it entails, how we started, where it started from, the importance of product management in every establishment, and also have been able to learn what like the skills that a product manager is supposed to have, and then the different, what's it called now, is it methods I'll call it now, the agile methodology and everything. I've also learned that most establishments use agile, and agile is like the most practiced this thing to use. Then I also learned about Scrum, how Scrum is a type of agile system and how it works. Then the other agile methodologies like Kanban and the rest. So like in summary, I think this week we have been able to learn, I've been able to go like have insights about what product management really entails and what I'm supposed to expect. And yes, I also learned the types of product managers. We have the core product manager, we have the technical product manager, and then the growth product manager. So yeah, that's like a summary of everything in a way. Yes.
All
They
right.
also learned how to communicate with my engineers, how to put myself in the shoes of the user when I'm trying to build a product, how to ensure that the product I'm building is solving a problem, a user problem, and also how to like ensure that um whatever product I'm putting out there is actually solving a problem. Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Adedamola. Adedamola has pretty much covered everything for this week. That's awesome. That's good to know. Thank you once again. All right, we move on to Babatunde. Babatunde, somebody has time. You don't want me to call you. Is okay. That's matter. Typing. You don't want to speak, right? Babatunde, what's your take home from Tuesday to those moments for those week?
Let me be a politician. I think I did that last said it. But for me,
Is anybody hearing
I've been able to
Babatunde?
learn a lot.
Or is it me?
I can't really hear him, ma.
I can't really hear
Can you
you.
hear me? Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
I can hear
Yeah,
you
it's
now.
better.
Let me be a politician. I think Adedamola said it all.
Yes, she has. I was going to say the same thing too.
Okay, but for me, I've been able to learn different methods of product development from Agile, Scrum, Kanban, extreme programming, and Lean, and all of those. And also, I've been able to learn different qualities of a product manager, putting yourself in the shoes of the users, having empathy, um, being able to manage the engineers and other members of a team, and also being able to manage other stakeholder in the product life cycle. Also, I've been able to learn what a Scrum Master is, what they do, and also the life cycle of products from ideation stage to growth, maturity, and sometimes I think I don't know the word for it, but the product eventually dies if it does not if it does not go through the process of growth and maturity every time, every now and then. Also, it's important for product managers to keep evolving products so that they will not die. Um, I think okay, and also it's important for product manager to be able to create a persona, to be able to target audience with their product. The product shouldn't be for all, so it shouldn't be for everyone. So we should have a target audience for the product so that the resources can be maximized and also the profits can be maximized. Um, and I think that's all for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Babatunde. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I believe everybody's able to also catch up on or two things again, and we're able to refresh our memories again. Okay, that's fine. Let me read matters. Oh, yeah, that's fine. She said that her office is noisy. That's fine. For me, my take home is as a product manager, you are like a CEO of an organization. Ensure you are a team player to ensure that tasks are achieved timely and in an excellent manner. Okay, yes. For every product owner, so you are the CEO of your product, and the success or failure of that product all depends on you. When if product fails, know that the product manager is behind it. If it succeeds, every one thing about us is we often don't even remember product managers when when products are working fine. It is when products are going bad that's when you be like, do they even have a product manager, do they even have a QA? Now what kind of product is this? Like this product, did they really test this product before they push to production? Yeah, that's one thing I would say that's product manager. Nobody will remember if Facebook have product manager or Instagram. Now everything is going smoothly. It's when there's an issue, that's when they start calling product managers. That's fine. All right. So Chika, can we hear your voice? For this week, what are the key things that you've been able to learn? Okay, Chika cannot speak at this time. As a product manager, if the product fails, the product manager didn't perform. Okay. Okay, okay. That was what just that was only the chicken. There should be more to this. Glory, let's hear what your take home is, Glory.
Yes, ma. I don't know if I can type. I'm on the road, but I don't know if like vehicles noise will disturb us. I don't know if I can like type it out.
Okay, anyone that works for you, but we can hear you clearly
Um,
though.
okay, now okay. Then let me talk then. So I learned about like I learned product management is like to my own understanding like basically about guiding a product from like an idea stage. Then I learned that a product manager makes sure that the product solves real problems. It means meets users' needs. And also I learned product manager is like responsible for more of like strategies. And also I learned that more of like we should have like a friendly or we should be close to the engineers, the designers, more as like sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, so we can track like the progress of like the work they are working on. And also where I learned about the agile methodology, the scrum, the lean, the Kanban and waterfall. So I learned that agile is a flexible way of working where we get like feedbacks and the work keeps improving. And also yeah, scrum is like a framework inside agile. And we talked about sprint, that sprint works for a short period like 1 to 2 weeks. Yes, I guess that's all from me now.
All right, thank you very much, Glory. That was also wonderful for me. That's insightful as well. I believe everyone is able to also gain one or two things, and we're also able to refresh our memories on this week learning plan. Okay, so we'll move on to Abraham. Abraham, are you able to speak? Okay, while we wait for Abraham to speak, let's move on to Glorious. Glorious, I'm not sure I've heard your voice. Okay, I think I heard your voice yesterday. Yes, can you speak? Glorious, are you there? If you are speaking, your mic is muted. Okay. Glorious, you can also use the chat box. I'm not sure I've been able to hear from you for some time now. Okay, let's move on to Teresa Ju. Teresa Ju.
Okay, ma. What I learned so far, what I've learned so far. Everybody has like said almost everything, but I'll just like add for me part of the things that stood out for me is that as a product manager, you have to be ready to make decisions some decisions that might not sit well with others, but as long as that's the right decision you have to make, like you have to like make the decisions. I also learned that you're not just a team leader, you're a team player. So you should learn how to like relate with all your team members, the engineers, the designers. You should learn how to relate with all of them, how to communicate with them. You're not just there to like boss, you're not there to boss them around to, oh, you do this, you do that. Like you should know the people you are working with. Yes. When you know the people you are working with, you know how to, okay, let's do this, let's do that. There's a way you can communicate with people without bossing them around, and the work will be done. Yes. And as a product manager too, success of a product actually depends on you. Yes. So yes, ma'am. Just to add to what my colleagues have said.
All right, so that's awesome. That's awesome. Uh, Thanks for that, and I believe we've also learned one or two things from that talk as well. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. All right, so it's only we didn't hear from Chika today. We didn't hear from Glorious as well. Then Abraham as well. Is Chika saying something? Somebody dropped. Let me read this. Okay, okay, Chika. Chika said, oh, Chika already messaged. The goal of a product manager is to deliver a product that solves user needs. Yes, let's also remember that. The goal of every product manager is to develop products that solves users' needs, meet business goals, and delight customers. The role is to build vision, strategy, and roadmap. They work collaboration between okay, they work as collaborators between developers, designers, and marketers. They track success, execute adoptions. Most product manager uses agile methodology these days so that it's yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Chika, for that. And I believe we've also learned one or two things from there. Thanks so much for that. I really learned one or two things from that as well. Glorious and Abraham, we've not heard from you. Should keep a friendly atmosphere. Yes, it's very important that we keep a friendly atmosphere with everyone that we work with. As product managers, we need to that's very important. The kind of relationship we keep as product managers is very important. It's important that we keep a very good relationship with our engineering team, the QA team, the marketing team, all stakeholders involved in building a product. We should always work on the end goal. We all have one end goal which we should always work with. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so any other one? Okay. Uh, all right. So for the assignments now, I'm going to, remember that I said we're going to be working, we're going to have accountability partners. So for the assignments, I'll pair us, I'll pair us, I'll pair us for the assignments so that we can collectively work together. So Ade Damola and Babatunde. So Adedamola and Babatunde will be accountability partners. Then we have Chika and Glory. Then we have Abraham, Abraham and Martha. Yeah, Abraham and Martha. Then Glorious and Toruseju. I've not heard Glorious' voice in a while. So Glorious, I Toruseju, please reach out to her. Let's know what is. Let me know if you miss out any. I believe everybody on this call now have their own accountability partner. I believe everyone on this call now have. So for the very
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, before somebody will come to me that, "Oh, who is my accountability partner?" Let me just type it here so that we are all clear. So Adedamola and Babatunde. Then we have Chika and Oluwatofunmi. So that means you are submitting one assignment. Oluwatofunmi,
Okay, ma'am.
Abraham and Martha. Abraham and Martha. Then Glorious and Torisiju. Glorious. Then Torisiju. Torisiju. So please, somebody should do well to put it on the WhatsApp group so that we don't miss out. Let me know when you've copied it to the WhatsApp group, please. Please, Ma, is it the assignment you just gave us? Yes, the assignment I just gave us. That's the one I said we're going to write the user persona problem statement and the solution we are preferring and how to know that this solution works. So you work with your accountability partner on that. So that means one you'll be giving one feedback to me. So you both work on one assignment rather than working on it separately. So you have to work on it as a team. So you have to work on it as a team. So let me know if you have any questions regarding the assignment. We can use the chat box. Let me try the chat box. Okay. So you can do what to use the chat box. So for next week class, we'll communicate the time. We'll communicate the time later. We'll communicate the time later. So let me know if there are other things, any question at all before we bring the meeting the section to an end. Okay, that's from Teresa. Teresa says no question. Okay, that's fine. From your own hand. Oh, okay. Others as well. Let me know if you have any question as well. Let me know if you have any question. Okay, and also I will do well to okay, Chika, no question. Thank you. I think yes, Chika Mata Tereseju has been very responsive in this class today, as well. Every one of us, except for I don't know, Glorious, you've not been saying anything. Let me know if there's any issue. Somebody saying something. Let me know if there's okay. But today has no question as well. Okay, okay. I but Glorious, I hope you are following all of the classes. Oh, okay, okay, all right. I would also do well to upload today's section as soon as possible to the learning management system so that we can also have to uh, go through it. But yeah, so that's fine, no problem. Since we all are fine, there are no questions, there are no comments, and I believe we've copied all of the assignments to the group chat so that we don't lose it when we end this call, please. Oh, okay, thank you so much, Teresa. Teresa just really doing justice to all of that. So yeah, thanks everyone for taking our time to attend the section. Do well to read those articles. There are quite a lot, I know. Do well to read them. Do well to also reach out to your accountability partner. If your accountability partner is not responding, call them. Call them. Call them. Do well to call them, please. Do well to call them if they are not responding. Call them, work hand in hand. So it's better when you work with another person. As product managers, we need to start learning. Like as product managers, we need to learn how to collaborate. We need to work with one another. You cannot do it alone. A tree does not make a forest. You work cross-functional. So yes, it starts now. Work with your team member. Work to provide that result. So let there be one goal, that's an end goal. We should all work hand in hand to achieve this. You cannot do it alone. You need others. No one is self-made. We all need one another. So try and work with each other to ensure that we make good use of every opportunity. You cannot tell what you might end up learning from another. So yes, it's good when you work as a team. You get to your goal faster than when you walk alone. So yeah, let's start cultivating that habit from now on. So yeah, it's actually nice having today's section. Thanks everyone once again. In absence of any questions or reactions, we would end the section. Bye everyone, and to have a great weekend.